Writing. Page 533. Question 1. Listen to the passage. On a piece of paper, take notes on the main points of the listening passage.
While everything you just read about the accounts of Marco Polo's supposed journey to China are true, there are some reasonable explanations to account for these seemingly incredible omissions. Well, it's really difficult to know how well records were kept in the court of Kublai Khan. For instance, we know for certain that an Italian diplomat, Giovanni de Marignoli, visited the royal court in China about 100 years after the time that Polo claimed to have spent in China. Despite traveling with a rather large group, there is no record of the later visit by the Italian diplomat in the Chinese records either. Perhaps foreign visitors were not a very noteworthy occurrence and therefore did not appear in any official records. It is true that throughout China's history, tea drinking was common. However, it lost some of its popularity as China came under the rule of the Mongols during the 13th century, which was when Polo was in China. The Mongols were originally nomadic people who did not farm but raised herds of horses, camels, and sheep on the open plains. Accordingly, Mongols did not have the tradition of drinking tea, but rather drank a wine-like beverage that was made from the milk of their herd animals. China's new rulers showed no interest in the local drink and maintained their own cultural traditions. This could go a long way to explain why Polo made no mention of tea in his book. Now, in regards to the Great Wall, to state it simply, during the time that Polo was in China, the Great Wall wasn't really all that great at all, not like it is today. Construction on the Great Wall began in the 3rd century to protect China from invasions by the Mongols. And after the Mongols conquered China, they tore down many of the defensive walls that made up the Great Wall. So when Polo was in China, most of the Great Wall was ruins. When people go to China today, almost everything they see was built in the 16th century, hundreds of years after Polo returned to Italy. The wall we know today was built by the succeeding Ming dynasty after the Mongol dynasty had collapsed. So what we consider to be the Great Wall today did not exist when Polo said he was in China.